Hello and Assalamualaikum to Madam Raihan. My name is Husna Khadija binti Nasruddin, and today I would like to present about Helping Skills 1. So I'll just continue straight to the next slide, which is summary of case. So the summary of this case is the client is a female and she is a university student and currently pursuing in her bachelor's. So the reason why she attend counseling session is because she is having a hard time with her previous examination result. She couldn't get dean's list because of this one subject, and the feelings of the client is that she was down and sad, and she feels disappointed because she couldn't get this list. And then followed with the next issue is her parents couldn't acknowledge her effort. She mentioned that how much she tried to impress them, they still couldn't appreciate her effort. So the next slides is counseling stages. So basically, there is 3 stages in this counseling session. The first one is that, of course, in the first session, there will be a rapport building session. So I think that the counselor did welcome the client, and I think the client feels welcoming. For example, the counselor asked her for drinks and asked about whether she is comfortable with the temperature, and I think that is a great one of the great ways to build rapport with the client. And then the counselor also asks about the client's current state, whether she is okay, how was her day, and so on. Continue with the next stage. Stage 2. Stage 2 is the exploration stage. During this stage, counselor will begin to explore the client's issue, will get to know more about in deep of the client's, the reason why client came to the session, and to get to deeply know about the client's issue. Okay, as I mentioned before, the main issue was academic problem. The client couldn't get dean's list for her previous semester because of this one subject, and she feels disappointed in herself, and she feels down and sad lah, because this is the first time she got a dean's list, but she couldn't get the proper dean's list because of this one subject. So her dean's list is considered as a conditional dean's list. And then continue with her parents, that her parents was not able to appreciate her effort and not acknowledge her her hard work lah in the academic. She also mentioned that no matter how hard she tried with academic, they always like never give her the affirmation words, and couldn't help her to work harder. They always like belittle her and always compare her with her brother. So I think this is the second issue of the client lah. Continue with the stage 3, which is goals. I think based on the session, the client gave her own goals. All of the goals was coming from the client. So the first goal is that she was able to rationalize back her irrational belief, irrational thoughts. For example, she mentioned that her parents was disappointed in her, couldn't acknowledge her effort, but she mentioned that that was just a little distraction for her to study. No matter how no matter that her parents couldn't acknowledge her or couldn't support her, she still needs to study, she still needs to do better. So I think that's a really great goal coming from the client, because she managed to stop those distractions and stop those distraction for her to work harder and to be more confident in her academic. And then the next goals is that she has target and to do better in her academic. For example, as I mentioned, that she couldn't get dean's list because of this one subject. She said that because of this one subject, she couldn't get this list. So she mentioned that for the next semester, she wanted to do better and to be active more in the subject, to get to know more about the lecturer, to make sure that she could get dean's list. So I think this is a really great target coming from the client, because she was able to have a target and to be better lah, to get the disease. Continue with the reflection part, which is strength and weakness. So I think as for the strength of the session was that, as the counselor, I think I avoid asking why question, because I think why question will only trap the client, because the client won't know the exact answer for the why question. So I think I did avoid much of why questions. And all I did for the first session was just rephrasing of the client statement. And I think by rephrasing the statement given by the client, I could get more information, because whenever I rephrase the statement correctly according to the client's answer, she was agree with my statement, and um she feel happy to express more about her feelings. And then I did give a little bit of minimal encouragement. For example, like I was nodding, I was saying yes, I was saying and I understand. And I think those minimal encouragement help client to 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 build a really good relationship with the client lah. And then I think the last strength is I did follow sequence. For example, the first client is because of her academic, and then I did explore, and then come to the next second issue, which is that her parents couldn't acknowledge her effort. So I think the issue is followed by sequence. And then the weakness for this session is that I was delayed the information about consent form. I was late give the consent, not consent form, but I was late give the information lah to the client about the consent form. So I think there is a little lack of the session. And then the second weakness is I think I was stuttering a lot during the session, and I think that will makes me look incompetent. I was choosing the right word to say to the client, but that causes me to stutter a lot during the session. I think that is not a good action coming from me lah, because that will just make me look like incompetent. So I think that's all from me. Thank you so much.